SECCA Round 11 at Minooka Park in Jemison, Alabama. It's October in Alabama, but somebody forgot to tell the weatherman. It's an extremely hot and humid day with high temps in the low 90s and very high humidity. I got lucky and found a shady spot on the starting line. Here we go. I got a good launch, but got sandwiched between Ralph and Brian and decided to let them have it. I've had better starts, but one thing I always want to avoid is a crash on the starter in the first turn. Today's race format is 2 1-hour motos with all classes on the same course. The first moto is 11:30 to 12:30 with an hour break, then 1:30 to 2:30 for the second moto. The course is about 7 miles long. Each moto will consist of 2 or 3 laps depending on speed. Minooka Park is a riding area open to the public year-round. The open trails are very rocky with a lot of loose rocks. The soil is hard and packed throughout the park from years of use, and there are areas where large roots are exposed, which can be tricky when it's wet, but that's not a problem for this race. A lot of guys don't like this race because of the loose rocks, but Chase and I have ridden here several times before and we like it. The loose rocks just don't bother me too much. If you watched my last race video, you may remember that I was able to move up to number 3 in the points for the season in Class C40. So I need to keep riding consistently for the remaining races. There were a couple of good hill climbs on the course. This one was near the middle of the course and was more technical than it looks on video. This second one was a lot of fun as well. It was within walking distance for spectators and there were several lines to choose from. There were just enough roots and rocks to make it interesting but fun at the same time. It's always more fun to climb a hill when spectators are watching, right?
Thank you. Thank you.
When I approached this hill on the second lap, I saw a rider struggling on the line to the right. So I went left and there was another guy stopped there as well. I had to stop briefly and reevaluate my choices, but I got moving again pretty quickly. I'm coming up on the end of the second lap here, and I get the white flag indicating last lap. Notice the flag person has the checkered at the ready, meaning I'm one of the last riders coming in fast enough for a third lap. That's great, but what that means is the riders coming in behind me are getting off the course and starting their break. I'm averaging 26-minute laps, so I'm spending 26 minutes of my hour break racing. That's just the nature of the sport in the 2-moto format though. I finished the first moto in 5th place in my class. I only had about 20 to 25 minutes for a break before lining up for the second moto. During that time, there were several things that had to be done, like gassing up my bike, refilling my hydration pack, changing out my camera and battery, and getting fresh gloves and goggles. Luckily, I didn't have anything mechanical to deal with during the break, so after about 10 minutes of the chair in front of the fan, I'm back for the second moto. I got a little better start on the second moto. I'm behind Chris Waldrop here and get roosted at the top of this hill going to the road crossing. That hurt. I'm still behind Chris here, and we've caught a rider from C40 class that starts in front of us. At one point, there were 10 or more of us backed up trying to get around this rider. I'm a little more vocal here than normal, but we've been behind this guy for a while and need to move on. I'm encouraging Chris to make the pass here. Finally, Chris finds a way around him, and I try to follow, but I get cut off and had to fall back. As I continue to get race experience, I've got to get better at passing guys in those situations.
Come on, let's go, Grant!
I'm back moving now, and I'm behind my friend Grant. Finally, our C40 guy stops for one reason or another.
Let's go,
Grant stalls his bike, and I get around them both here. I only got 2 laps in the second moto, mostly because the first 10 minutes of the race I was stuck in traffic. In the end, it didn't really hurt me as I was several minutes behind third place and don't think I would have caught them anyway. In hindsight, the only way I could have raced with the top 3 in my class would have been to get a better start and stay with them from the beginning. I finished 4th in the second moto and had a 4th place combined finish for motos 1 and 2. This ties my best finish at Monster Mountain back in May with another 4th place there. They were giving out top 5 trophies today, so I got a chance to get my photo with the guys on the podium. Here are the usual stats for my race for C40 class. I'll also roll in the point standings for 2018. I picked up 18 points with this 4th place finish, and I'm still hanging in there in 3rd place. We have 2 more races before the end of the season.